So should we start the show?
What show?
Yes.
Okay, perfect opening.
Okay.
Hi everybody, welcome to Mediadawgs. Hey, I just want you all to know that we're working on a new theme song.
Oh, wow.
A couple of new theme songs with the original guitarist, the original vocalist and lyricist, and the son of the original composer. And the original composer does some things in it too. So and it's all I think there was a couple of meetings, but like some of it was recorded in Indiana and some of it was recorded in up here in Green Oaks, and some of it in Libertyville. So
Is it going to debut on Disney Plus?
No,
like
I
it'll
hope
be the next Hamilton.
I hope it debuts on this show. It depends on if I get my act together, basically.
I demand a bass drop in it.
What?
I demand a bass drop in it.
What is that?
You know, that kind of like house party brave music.
Oh, well, we can do that. Thanks for putting more pressure on me.
Mediadawgs, they're hip and they're cool, they're nobody's fool. They know the story in your town, cause George and Lou have been around. Mediadawgs, we're looking at you to see what you do. We'll give you a yes or no, but the bad movie's gotta go. Mediadawgs, we're in your TV, we heard that CD. Some people call us movie dogs. That's wrong. Just as long as they'll be singing our song. Mediadawgs, Mediadawgs,
So you mentioned that I just got that yesterday, the Disney, so I could see the Hamiltons, because I never got a chance to see it when it came to Chicago. But you know that was it Eliza Schuyler? I have listened to it like a lot. She's from Libertyville.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen her in plays at the high school.
Really?
Yes, with coincidentally one of the guys who is the son of the composer who is involved with the new songs.
So see, there is a connection.
There's definitely a
They
connection.
view it.
I saw.
Did you watch it?
Not yet. By the end of the month, I probably will have time to watch it, but who knows?
I've never seen it, and I've never listened to the music.
Wow. Never listened. Never been curious.
Not really. I've always loved musicals. I just love musicals, and for some reason, a decade or two ago, I just kind of fell off and wasn't paying attention to anything new, including Hamilton with all the hype. But then about a year ago, I saw the band's Visit on tour in Washington, and I loved it, and that got my juices flowing. And I went to see. I saw Come From Away and Beetlejuice on Broadway in January. So I'm definitely going to watch this thing of Hamilton, but I just had been kind of out of the loop for a while.
So I've seen a pretty good bootleg of it. Just a single camera from a guy in the crowd or a gal, I don't know. But I'm really excited to see this. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people say they like watching this movie version better than the stage play. It's so well shot. They feel like they're really in the middle of it.
Well, it is the 4th of July for those of you watching later. And I just based on my Facebook feed, Disney's making a lot of cash on this one. They shelled out a lot of cash. What was it, like 17 million or something? Or it was probably more. I can't remember now. heck of a lot of money. But I'm looking through there last night, looking through the menu. Finally had time to actually look at it. And it's like, there's really nothing else on here I want to see. Except maybe the computer wore tennis shoes.
Yeah, I would
Sure,
see.
I
I
love
would
it,
want to
man.
watch some of that old stuff, like
Well, you
all
know
the
what?
old Kurt Russell stuff, right?
Right. Here's what I've been doing. I've been watching movies from, at least like 30 years ago or more, and thinking, will it hold up? And there hasn't been a lot, like maybe one or two a month, or was it as bad as I remember? And coincidentally, I had DVR'd St. Elmo's Fire,
Ooh.
Oh,
and it was worse than I remember. I thought it was so bad when it came out, and I was like that age, that time, and I thought this is the worst film I've ever seen at the time. And it was DirecTV was giving away Showtime for free, and I saw it was on there, so I DVR'd it, and it took me about 5 sittings. But it's funny because we were just talking about Joel Schumacher, and he just died.
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, no, there are a couple films by him that I like, but it's funny about St. Elmo's because I did like it when it came out, but I'm totally convinced that if I tried to watch it now, I would hate, because I have this whole list of films that I want to watch with the kids, and we've watched. I know this is night and day, but we've watched Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller and stuff like that. And when I get to St. Elmo's, I'm like, it's probably going to be terrible, right?
None of it rings true.
That's what people say.
Nothing. Yeah. It's a very false movie.
The acting's false, right? The acting's horrible. The writing is horrendous. And I hate to speak ill of the guy just passed away, for crying out loud, but stay away from that one, kids.
Well, but yeah, that's. I wouldn't go on a Joel Schumacher retrospective. I mean, he's got a couple movies that were really good, but with all
I
due
can only think of
respect,
one of his that I liked.
I have one that I like that I don't know that that it was well received by any means. It's just one of those things that I liked Cousins a lot.
Did he direct that?
Yeah,
I like that movie a lot.
I did too. I just rewatched there. I did rewatch that just recently with Lily because she got into Ted Danson because of The Good Place, and so I wanted to show her Ted Danson, and it totally. There's a moment when Isabella Rossellini walks into the car dealership. It is like the purest, it just like, not to be weird, but the beauty of it. I never forgot that.
Is it my computer, or were you just garbling? Did you hear that?
Yeah. He was a little garbled there. But
Yeah,
I understood what he said.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Just for the viewers, we got together last week, and Pat didn't have internet, so I feel that we're lucky just to be able to meet.
Sorry about that.
No, that wasn't your fault.
The storm knocked out the tower in my neighborhood where I get my internet. I get my internet from a local provider, and man, it just totally wiped it out.
Yeah, I don't know why my garbled now.
Yeah. Like, cut it out, would you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Something's
that's
wrong.
better. That's better.
Is that better?
I'm like telling you to get your face away from your source, and then you go garbled, and you can't do anything right today, Lou.
I'll just sit here and say,
So, so Hamilton. And then, I don't know if Hadestown, have you guys heard that?
I've listened to the soundtrack.
What's that?
a little
I've
bit.
listened to the soundtrack.
I think that's amazing. I think it's like one of the best things since Hamilton.
It's good.
And
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lou.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I regret that. I was overwhelmed by the curiosity, and so I went to see Beetlejuice. But I was choosing between Beetlejuice and Hadestown, and I should have gone to see Hadestown because Beetlejuice was just okay. But
Well,
I
Hadestown
regret not seeing it.
Hadestown was kind of evolved from a folk singer's album of the same name. And she played out at Falcon Ridge. So I had that record a long time ago. And then I kind of put it off because I'm like, oh, they made a Broadway play out of this really good album. But then I saw Billy Bragg when I saw him last down at the Old Town. He was saying, "Oh, I got this." You know, he did a cover of a song from that called "The Wall," and you know, it really reverberates today.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, I got to get that and listen to the soundtrack." And I got the one disc first, and I was like, "This is pretty good," but there's got to be more. And then there is actually a full version. It's a 2-disc that's out there that you can get at your library if you want. And it's amazing. I'm just amazed by it. I still listen to it when I'm mowing lawns or painting, driving to the car. Anyway.
That actually reminds me too, because I was just thinking I'll see Hadestown if it tours through here, but I hadn't seen Book of Mormon either. I just saw it. That was the last thing I did before shutdown happened. Is Anthony and I went to see the tour of Book of Mormon, and it was amazing. I loved it, you know. But I just knew nothing about it for the whole time it was out.
All we knew is, well, we saw it in Chicago. All we knew is that it had, you know, it was written by,
Trey Parker
Right.
and Matt
Trey
Stone.
Parker.
yeah, and I think those guys are still pretty. You know, we were wondering if The Simpsons was still good. And has anybody gone back to see? I'm gonna now that I got the Disney Plus,
Oh yeah, because you got all the Simpsons, right?
all the Simpsons I noticed. But and I said wasn't interested in anything. I'm not really interested, but I would like to see. But I think South Park still holds up. Their messages are still spot on. Nobody is spared. Kind of like you guys on me last episode.
It's not true.
And what else? Oh, and it's still funny. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, so full circle. I'm in season 2 of Bob's Burgers.
Oh,
cool.
And that's like if we want a half an hour of just laughs and just, it's so funny.
it's so good.
It really is. I'm telling everybody to watch it.
I'm so glad. That's one of my favorite shows right now. I still think it's great.
Yeah, good, because I'm way behind you.
Yeah. Oh, you got some great ones coming up. Oh my God, just great episodes. So
We just saw the one with the video game
oh, it's one of my favorite ones.
of Sucks. And Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, he becomes a recurring character.
How does he? Good.
Yeah, he shows
I
up
love
quite a lot.
Aziz.
I do too.
Did we talk about Master of None? I love Master of None.
Me too.
Yeah, it's a great show.
I did.
That's such a great show. He's so awesome.
I hope there's more.
Yeah, right. I was so yeah, that's so annoying. Actually, I wanted to go in a closer full circle here, as you were talking about watching 30-year-old movies and
Yeah.
do they hold up. Lily and I just watched War Games
Oh,
the other day.
care to play a game?
So, yep, which is, you know, it's just odd, and it's, you know, the way computers were then, and the
Did it hold up,
hacking
though?
and calling in. Story-wise, it kind of does. I found that it really is runs on the charm of Matthew Broderick, and he kind of sort of disappears when they get into the, you know, the action of the narrative in the second half of the movie. Even though he's there, he gets swallowed by that, and that doesn't really hold up very well. So I had a mixed feeling on it. When it first started, I was really like, this is great. And by the time it ended, I'm like, is it over yet? You know? So it was a mix too, but I'll keep going on the Broderick thing, because now I want to watch Lady Hawk, and then, I mean, we've
I'd
already
like to see
seen
Lady Hawk again.
Yeah, I'd like to see if that holds up, because I remember loving Lady Hawk.
I may try to watch Dragon Slayer again too.
You know, I watched that recently because I was just like, I mentioned before, we were watching Ally McBeal, and so I wanted to watch
Right.
Peter McNichol, you know.
Is it good? Does it hold up?
I think so. I liked it. I felt like people didn't like it as much as I did when it came out, and I still like it the same way I liked it before. So I would say watch it. Yeah.
I may go back and try to watch The Black Cauldron again too, to see if that deserves to be kind of re-seen.
Is that on Disney?
I'm not even.
I think that's on
Okay.
Disney Plus. I
All right, I'll
think.
write that down.
Yeah, it probably would be.
What did you say, Lou?
No, I was gonna say I don't think I ever watched Black Cauldron way back when.
I didn't.
Have either of you guys watched Ratatouille lately?
No.
I wanted to revisit that because I keep hearing how great it is, and I remember liking it, but But it seems to have resonated with a lot of people, and I haven't seen it though in a long time.
I remember being shocked when I saw it, how much I loved it and how much it emotionally got me at the end.
Yeah, that's what people talk about, and I'm like, I remember liking it. I just don't know why it hasn't stuck in my head. But I think I'm gonna, like, if I got Disney Plus to watch Hamilton, that would be the next thing on my list is Ratatouille.
Yeah. Tress and I rewatched Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, and then The Godfather 1 and 2.
Well, how was that?
Both of them were great, but the one that was, I think, a real revelation was we watched Godfather on a really nice Blu-ray with the restoration, the restored print, and it just was so beautiful. You could just turn off the sound and just look at the movie and just be amazed by it. You know, those movies, I can't get over. Just we probably would have watched all them back to back if we could have. It just, you can't, once they got their hooks in you, you got to watch it, you know. Man, those are well deserved. Godfather 1 and 2 is well deserved of its reputation. I don't think we'll watch Godfather 3 though. I think we'll just skip that.
Yeah, save yourself the pain.
Yeah.
It was funny because I don't think beforehand and then since then, the only Tarantino movie I didn't see in the movie theater was Kill Bill Volume 1, because it came out right when my son was born, and so I just didn't get out, you know. And then I never got around to watching it until just before Volume 2 was coming out. So I watched Volume 1 on video and was so blown away by it. I went to the theater the next day to see Part 2, and they're both brilliant for different reasons, you know, because one is such a martial arts tribute and just crazy, and then Volume 2 is just like the character study, you know, and that monologue that David Carradine had is one of the all-time greats. It's great.
Yeah.
They were great.
I think Kill Bill 1 and 2 may be my favorite Tarantino, or second. It's got to be first or second.
Yeah, it's up there for me for sure. I mean, I specifically watched both with Anthony not too long ago. So we've seen different things like Pulp and Hateful Eight and different iterations, you know, combinations of kids stuff. And I specifically grabbed Anthony and said, let's watch Volume 1 and 2. And we did, and he loved it.
I still need to see Jackie Brown and Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I loved Hateful Eight. But again, I may be just like, oh, look, Tarantino wrote a movie about about a cricket. Oh, that's the best thing ever. But I love it.
I want to see Hateful Eight. I want to see it.
I love it.
A friend of mine and his son saw it on a 70, I think I might have mentioned this already, on a 70mm print.
Oh, no.
With Tarantino introducing it.
Oh, yeah, maybe. No, we talked about it
already.
I don't remember. But that would be cool.
What if Tarantino, he remade Pinocchio and he called it Jiminy?
There you go.
Lots of violence.
Starring Joaquin Phoenix as Jiminy.
Oh yeah, bug spray couldn't stop him. And Pinocchio took that wood off the nose, and it was a long knife, like in Kill Bill.
What are the films that you've been told were classics that when you watched them you were disappointed, that didn't hold up?
Who are you asking?
Oh, just both of you.
George, you go first. Let me think about that.
Well, I'm thinking of things that I wouldn't. Well, I did see the film actually, unfortunately. But let's just say when some of the reviews of Hamilton, they've been comparing it to Les Mis and something else. But Les Mis, oh yeah, I can't remember. I think it's awful. It's like a bunch of songs that never end, and well,
I almost suspect taking that. You're right though.
wasn't going for that, but thanks, Pat. And
I hate that movie version too.
the movie was horrible. It was just horrible. With I couldn't wait for, who was it when Russell Crowe died? I was like, oh, thank God, you don't have to listen to him sing anymore.
You know what the Onion said about Russell Crowe's performance in that movie?
What?
The headline was, "Method actor Russell Crowe stays in character as actor who can't sing."
Right. Their headlines are the best.
Well, look, I'm not talking about the movie by any means, but I love I love the stage version of Les Mis so much that I almost like it as much as Sweeney Todd, which is my all-time favorite show. But Les Mis is definitely my second favorite.
I loved it when I saw it on stage. I did. I think some of the songs are really great, but I think I need to get my mind past that movie and back to the stage production.
Good luck. Yeah, you'll have to see it again on the stage.
Yeah.
There was some anniversary, I don't know, 10th anniversary or something, where they had a bunch of people that had been on Broadway or London and so forth, and they did just like a concert version of it. That's a good way to get yourself back into it, because you can just watch them and hear them sing the beautiful songs. And I love Les Mis, but again, not quite as much as Sweeney, but pretty close.
Sweeney is awesome.
Yeah, Sweeney is the best, like hands down. Not even a conversation for me.
It's incredible. You know, I watched The French Connection recently, and did not like it at all. Like, not at all. I thought it was a really mediocre movie, and boy, it gets like hailed as like this great, classic of the 70s. I was like, I did not like it one bit.
Well, you know what I'm finding? The chase scenes don't ring true anymore with the cars.
Why not? What do you mean?
I don't know. They just, because back then, I think we were just less sophisticated as an audience altogether about, the editing of the scenes like that. And like, I'll watch something like, this is a bad example, but like the Blues Brothers, even back then, it was like, this is like horrible as far as the editing of the chase scenes.
Yeah.
But if you go back, I mean, didn't you feel that when you watched The French Connection recently, that the chase scenes were just like, didn't really mesh, like didn't match up? Or
I think they're the best part of the movie, but that's the rest of the movie is just so, I didn't like anything about the rest of the movie. So that was the only thing I was like into were the chase scenes.
Oh,
really.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, that's it about the rest of the movie. Does the Blues Brothers hold up or no?
Well, I haven't seen it recently.
Yes, 100%.
It does?
100%. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've seen it a couple times recently, and but again, keep in mind, I skipped school. I hope there's I can't get in trouble for this anymore, but I skipped school the day it opened, so my best friend and I could go see the first showing of it, and rated R, and the guy ahead of, and we were 16 at the time, and the guy ahead of us was getting his ticket, and he goes, one ticket, and he's ringing him up, and he's, I'm old enough. And he pulled out his ID and himself to show her he was old enough. And we're like, are you kidding me? Like, we're going to get turned away because Doof in front of us just volunteered his ID to get into Blues. But anyways, so you have to keep in mind that I worship those guys, but I've watched it recently, and man, the music and the everything, Belushi and Aykroyd. I've come to love Aykroyd more now than I ever did. Back then it was Belushi. But John Candy is still hilarious, and just every one of those musicians. I can watch that a Franklin scene where she sings "Think" 100 times. I could stop and back and rewatch and watch.
Lou, your audio's killing me.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either.
Maybe
Maybe the kids are watching Hamilton. They're taking up they're taking up the bandwidth.
that's the big thing is there's only one other thing. I should have good audio. I mean, I should have good bandwidth.
Yeah, if anything, recently watching shows with interviews, it's if anything goes out, it's the video, and you can still hear them, but it's like,
Yeah, I might.
and you can hear while they're.
I'm gonna see my video and then tell me if you can hear me better. So now is that better?
Yeah, do you want me just to put a photo of you or like some old clips?
Yeah.
Okay, there's just a big L, and I'm not joking.
I see that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Oh,
People
come on,
don't need
really?
to see me. Well, but how's my audio? Is the audio better?
So far. Hey, you should do what they do like with Trevor Noah. You should put a camera on you now and then send it to me, and I'll just put it down there in the editing.
I could do that. So maybe I'll keep the video on unless I.
Yeah, you're
talk.
fine now.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It just kind of slips in and out.
I say keep the video on. That's fine.
Oh yeah, I'd rather. We want to see you, Lou.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, Bob's Burgers, amazing, amazing, just amazing. It's like if the guy, I don't even know who the guy is. If he was like, I want to make I was watching Family Guy the other day, and I want to make like something like that, but actually funny. Consistently. I don't know, and clever.
Oh.
It's
And,
so clever. The first time.
They built such a great cast of characters.
The first time I saw Jimmy Pesto's, I was like laughing out loud. Just the name of the restaurant.
Have you met Regular Size Rudy yet?
Oh,
He's my favorite. Regular Size Rudy is my favorite of the peripheral cast.
so far I like Teddy a lot.
Huh?
So far I like Teddy a lot.
Oh, I love Teddy so much. In fact, I have a Teddy. Where's my Teddy? Here's my Teddy.
He annoys me so much.
I love him though. I guess they really let him and Benjamin improv a lot when they're just talking back and forth. Nothing makes me laugh harder than just Benjamin as somebody is unraveling some horrible plan as he's going, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
It just has
Little
me muttering.
interjection. Yeah.
I just love it so much. Oh, and their holiday episodes are so great. At every holiday, I watch all the Bob's Burgers holiday episodes centered around that holiday.
Wow. So, any 4th of Julys?
I don't think so, but their Halloween, Thanksgiving episodes, Christmas, and Valentine's Day episodes. In fact, my favorite episode ever is probably one of their Valentine's Day episodes. It's just incredible. I think it's called Bob Actually.
Nice.
And it's, oh my God, it kind of gets me too. It gets me a little bit, There have been Bob's Burgers episodes that have gotten me,
I believe it.
tear jerked me a little bit. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry if I keep on singing the praises of that show, but I'm so glad you're watching it.
Hey, as long as I got the graphic, I think we should talk about it every show.
Good.
You are the ones, Mediadawgs.